Bob's Lake, to me, is the most gorgeous place on the planet. I discovered it quite accidentally when my oldest child was 4 years old. They're in their 40s now, and we discovered it and never missed a summer. We rented at the place that I eventually bought and turned into Bob's Lake Cottages and Escapes. Many years later, I purchased it, and the lake is just amazing. There are no weeds. It's clean. It's the largest wilderness lake in Ontario. When I bought it, I turned it into a business for retirement. In 2014, I had a lot of requests for weddings from the people that come back every year because it's such an inviting property. And so in 2014, we built the Great House, which is what allows us to have weddings. It's a 6-bedroom, 5-bath house with a catering kitchen and a large area for people to sit and dance and whatever. And that was really the beginning of our wedding venture. But we are not primarily for weddings. We're a place where families come back every year. And we've been limiting the weddings to 4 a year because we don't want to displace our regular guests. But I actually have loved having weddings at Bob's Lake Cottages. It's been a very, very special thing for me. And had the Great House been built 10 years earlier, my youngest son would have gotten married there. We generally have them in June and September. We have had one in high season in July or August, but that's really expensive for people. So if money is no object, we can do July and August, but those are our peak price season. If you do it between Victoria weekend and Thanksgiving, the prices are really reduced. And that's usually when we have the bachelor and bachelorette party weekends. The Great House, we can accommodate a small, intimate indoor wedding, but that's like 25, 30 people. The largest wedding that we've had 150 people. People rent tents and tables and whatever. So they can either dance there, you can put a dance floor in, or we've had people do the dancing and set up the band in the screened-in porch. So it really depends on what it is that people want to do. And it's a beautiful place for a ceremony because the lake is right in back of you and the guests are looking at you and looking at the lake, and we're very dog friendly. So we have had more than one wedding where the dog walked down the aisle. We are a destination wedding only. So if you have your wedding with us, you and your family will be together for 3 days, and it's not just a quick wedding. We put up the bride and groom's family in the Great House because there are 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, and the couple stays in the little house, which is our honeymoon cottage, so to speak. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's just for 2 people with a 4-poster bed and steps that go right into the water. Renting both those places for 3 days. In July and August, you're looking at $10,500. In the spring and the fall, it's more like $7,800. And Thanksgiving to Victoria, it's less than $4,000. So the price really changes. We have additional cottages so that we can put up 18 more people. They would just rent it themselves. And we have an island property, which is very close. and we've put people up there that can fit 20. So we're pretty flexible. And if you want to have 100 people stay over, then in September or early June, that's possible to rent the campground that's a walking distance from us. Tax is always added. Those are the prices just for the accommodation. We have the venue price ranges from $1,000 to $2,000, depending again on the season. And day guests who come for the wedding but aren't staying with us have a day charge of, again, between 10 and 20, depending on the season. We have parking, valet parking, we have staff on for the day, and we can arrange for tents and tables and chairs and photography and videography and catering, or you can do it yourself, depending on what you want to do. And it's a very intimate, relaxed time. So we have actually had people making big barbecues for their wedding. Yeah, we require a deposit of $4,000, and then we work with the couple for a payment schedule that will work for them. Yeah, you can cancel in 2 weeks. You can cancel without a charge. After that, most people that I know buy wedding insurance for cancellation. And so we recommend, because people book a year in advance. So if they cancel, you can't really replace it with another wedding that year. I have a couple of openings still. I have people contacting me now for 2026, but if people want high season, they really would probably need to do it 10 to 12 months in advance. Well, the reason we don't have that is the package is the number of people. So if we have 125 people, we can tell them what the chairs and the tables and the tent will cost. Can't really have a package because the number of people is so variable. And it also depends on if they want, how fancy they want to do in terms of the chairs can cost between $1.50 a chair and $4.50 a chair. So it's not possible to have a package like that. Yes, I'm usually on site, and we have a coordinator on site, and a minimum of 2 staff members are there for the whole time. We have somebody valet parking, and we have somebody that gets the fire pit ready, because after dinner, we have a fire going till midnight, and we have staff there to. What's really special about having a wedding there is it's a beautiful setting for the pre-ceremony or post-ceremony photo shoots. And then after the ceremony, we give the guests boat tours of the lake, and we have many activities until dinner time. So we have guests that we have bicycles and canoes and kayaks and a pool table and ping pong tables, and guests do all, and a basketball court now and pickleball. So guests have a couple of hours to really enjoy themselves, to have fun with one another, or they can just sit around and look at the lake. We can suggest, we can connect you, we can do it for you through our partners. They don't need to figure any of that out. Now, a lot of people want to do it themselves, and that's fine too. But no, they don't have to do it themselves. We have really good people that we partner with. They have the whole property to themselves, which is really special. We have a really cute tiki bar, which people have loved using for the liquor part of the night. Sometimes it goes the whole night, sometimes just for a couple of hours, depending on what the couple wants to do. We have a bartender who comes. We also have an accessible room that you can get up with a ramp, and an accessible, completely accessible bathroom. So for people that have elderly grandparents and want to have them be part of it, we have a setup that really works for that. Yeah, we have that. And we have an audio system, and we have karaoke for people that want that at some point. So yeah, we've got that going. Well, we had a wedding with 150 people. So we can accommodate whatever cars people come with, but we prefer to have people come with one another rather than, one person per car. We like to have people stay over because we don't want people drinking and then being on the road. So that's the other advantage. We're in the middle of nowhere. So I think there's a theoretical limit to 11 o'clock, but we've had people go as late as they have wanted, and we've never had complaints. Yeah, so if people want to stay at a hotel, the town of Westport is the cutest little town, and it's 22 minutes away. So we've actually hired a bus to take people there and back, so we don't have people driving. So there are hotels and motels in Westport. And then for people that want to stay on the lake, we have our place and the neighbor's place if it's not high season, the campground nearby. Our place the campground is very rustic. Our place is very high end. So it's all central air and gorgeous views and tiled bathrooms. Well, let me tell you, a wedding we had a year ago, the groom came up in a speedboat. That's how he joined the ceremony. So we have the ability to do really quirky things like that. We love to have people do site visits, and we want to make sure that it's the right setting. So we want to have as much exposure as possible beforehand, so people know what they're getting, and they usually really like what they're getting. We have all sorts of activities that they can do. We had for one of the bachelor parties in the winter, we had ice fishing for them, and we had the option of getting a masseuse in for the bachelorette parties, music, cooking lessons. It's really very tailored to what it is that people want. I want them to know that the memories that people have made at Bob's Lake have lasted a lifetime, and they're incredible. And that will be what will happen to them as well if they have their wedding there.